When you get vicious.
Yeah. This for my brothers, man. And this how we live, man. That war boy life. Huh?
Lay back chillin', dog. Yeah, I'm trying to get it right.
What's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the other host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, bro? What's good? How you doing?
Man, it's a blessing, man. We got a special guest today. They have been committed to educating the Metro Atlanta community since the early 2016 with a family-owned farm facility and has hands-on workshop ranging from gardening basics to wild plant identification. And with the effect of the 2020 pandemic, a lot of people been interested in gardening and with the garden boxes and all. So the founder saw a need to create a support system. So we want to welcome the founder of Seals Family Farm and Garden Swap, Lawrence Seals. How you doing, my brother?
Bam, Nature Boy, Southside Nation in the BIE. What's happening?
Exactly, man. Hey, no, man. Hey, it's funny, man, because before we got on the podcast, I heard your goats got loose, man. What's up with them goats, man?
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. Self-sustainability is not for the faint at heart, man. You got to be willing to take the bumps and the bruises with the good fruits and the pickings, man. So yeah, the goats, they went renegade on me, and yeah, we might be hosting another workshop here soon on how to process some good meat, man. So I'm at my wit's end with them jokers up, man.
Hey, man, it's funny, man, because the way we linked up, it was last year through my wife, man, my queen. She was like, she was looking for some garden boxes. So we found y'all, I think, on OfferUp, and then we seen y'all on Facebook. And then we linked up that way. And I was like, man, when I first met y'all, like, oh, man, I like this brother, man. They doing the family thing. They doing it. They had their own farm and everything. So what made y'all want to start a farm?
Basically, just seeing the need to be not necessarily off grid, but kind of, as far as food is concerned, self-sustainable. Just being a father and wanting to do better by my kids and kind of ensuring their future. One of them things you got to be able to quiet them rumbling tummies, man. So one of the big challenges I kind of took on was just being able to actually grow enough food to feed my family, just for the simple practice of, you know, a father figure, but just sustainability in and of itself is just one of those critical things right now. So I've been gardening for probably about 10 years. In the last 4 years, I really took it serious enough to try to, again, grow all our own food. And we're probably about 85% self-sustainable at the moment. We got a pond, we got goats, we got chickens, we got rabbits for meat, you know, we got quails, and we got enough garden space to where we have enough for our family, and then we actually have plots for families as well. So yeah, just want to be self-sustainable just in case something does happen. You know, I want to be Trump type.
Exactly.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I know last year with all that crazy stuff going on with the pandemic and everything, I was in prepper mode. So I used to text bruh and everybody else in the family like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. But the one thing that I didn't do, that I didn't know how to do, was plant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not the right stuff anyway. So so with that being said, is it hard, having a garden and stuff, and like especially like Metro Atlanta? I'm down here in Jacksonville and places like that.
I say, man, it's not really hard. It's not hard. The actual process isn't hard. It just takes some dedication, some consistency, and the willing to learn. You know what I mean? I learned through trial and error. Besides YouTube, nobody taught me any of this. It was just trial and error. Go out, put a seed in the ground, and you learn from there. But yeah, the methods behind what you grow can be something that's definitely can affect maybe somebody who's in an apartment, but you can't, there's no reason to not grow, because you can still grow lettuces, herbs, berries, any kind of, strawberries, a climb. So you can grow certain things even in the smallest of spaces. So with our garden boxes before, we were actually building things that were specific to maybe somebody in an apartment who had a nice, window, got a good sunlight, so you can still grow. And we encourage people, like our workshops are based on growing where you are. So we used to have different methods of growing. So we had the good garden boxes that are neat and in rows. I grew stuff in trash bags. I grew stuff in old trash cans, feed bags, anything, just to show people. We got gutters right behind me. I don't know if you can see them, but we got gutters right behind me. We just show people you can grow on anything, anywhere.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know when we spoke, because I know we deep into the Black community and helping each other out. So why do you think it's important for the community to learn how to grow, or get more involved with learning how to hunt and grow your own food?
I mean, I think it's a lot of places, and this is in the Black community. A lot of people are for finances starting there, or infrastructure, health, spiritual. We all got different vantage points to start. I'm just saying everybody got to eat, and growing food is essential to staying here on this earth. So
Right.
that's a beautiful place to start as far as why. Your focus is the why, and then it's easy. Like I said, you can grow anywhere. You might only be able to grow specific things, but you can definitely grow anywhere. So just being sustainable. That's the main philosophy behind why we do what we do, and that's the importance behind it.
Yeah, because and it was it's very interesting that you in the city and you doing this farming as well, because we coming from the country area. No, that's what we were doing anyways. You hunt, you fish, and things like that. And you grow your own food. So that was a beautiful thing when I first met you with that. And I was like, man, more people need to see this, and more people need to learn how to grow your own food and just learn. You purify your own water and everything, bro. Could you explain a little bit more about that and how that works?
I basically did a lot of programming. I like dealing with kids more. I'm not opposed to dealing with adults, but I'm saying adults have more range to go find things that they really want. Some of our kids, like you just mentioned, never been fishing before, don't know what a garden bed looks like, never planted anything because they never had the opportunity. So I like to do that. I always extend our workshops to children first in the community. And one of the things we did was learn how to make charcoal. So I made a retort, and these are older groups like 17, 18, but I showed them how to make charcoal. And I gave the analogy of having firewood. And basically, you can stack firewood, chop it, sell it for $15 on the side of the road, or you take the same bag of same lumber that you chop, and you can convert it into charcoal using the retort and make 3 bags of charcoal and sell it for $20 a bag. So you got more of a flip. And then I go on to further show them how to make activated charcoal, which is just another step in finalization of the charcoal process, where you add in calcium chloride, and I can show them how you now take that same amount of wood and you can condense it into a finished product, and you can sell 4-ounce bottles for $15 to $20, and you got now 100 and something odd bottles. So it's an economic standpoint as well. It's just literally the functionality of being self-sustainable and being able to feed yourself benefits you. So it's multiple factors that can benefit somebody who's willing to learn it.
That's so dope, bro.
Yeah.
Let me say so. Like when I was growing up and going to school, they had 4-H. You know what I'm saying? And all the brothers, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, we was like, man, we ain't finna get dirty. And it's so dope to hear another brother saying the same things that we need to hear today. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and instill that stuff today into the school system, and also to our kids. And but I like the fact that you just said you can make money off of it. So do you sell a lot of your produce, or it's just more for tutorial use only?
Yeah, we just do tutorials. I think the biggest value, you got I hold more to teaching a man to fish. We can make money out here if we want to pull up the crop and do it like that, but it's no value to me intrinsically. I'd rather teach you how to grow your own food than you having to keep depending on me. Because then it's just a monopolized subsidy at that point. I want you to be able to do it. So that's what we do. We spilling game out here, man. Yeah, we swing and bang from main to main. You know what I'm talking
about? straight up, man. Because you put me on game, man, and we've been growing our food, with the garden boxes ever since last year, man. So you put me on a lot of game when it came to that. But hey, could you talk a little bit more about Garden Swapp, the app that you have?
Oh man, Garden Swapp. Yes, it's a newly launched app, Garden Swapp. You can find it on Apple. I believe it's about to be on the Google Play Store in the next couple of days, maybe another week. But yeah, Garden Swapp is, again, just to get our community interested in kind of bartering again. So it's a no money construct. It's basically you grow something. So in the old day, my folk from Mississippi, and this is where I got the idea from. So I remember being small, and Miss Laura across the street grew all the greens. And then I learned that Mr. Ben grew the field peas and the tomatoes and all this and that. Then so and so down the street had the hogs, and I saw how the community supported one another. So when the hog was ready to be diced up and processed, everybody came out, and then everybody who had something basically swapped it out with each other. Wasn't no cost involved. So it's like if we can get back to that systematic approach to growing food, we can basically save ourselves. You know what I mean? And food, like I said, is a cornerstone, the pillar of anybody existing on this earth. And if we can feed ourselves, that takes a lot of pressure off our shoulders. We can move on to other objectives. You know what I mean? And we can just systematically get ourselves back in alignment of community and oneness.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what this show is all about, man. It's just everybody eating. Everybody got a skill. You know, I know how to do computer work. You know how to garden. You teach me that. I teach you this.
Bingo.
So that's how we gonna eat. That's how everybody gonna eat. And
Yeah.
that's so dope. So do you do any teaching online? Like, say for instance, you know, we want to learn how to do it. You know, me and my daughter actually is in the process of trying to have a little garden or whatever. You know, I bought a billion bullets, but I didn't buy no seeds like I was supposed to. So now I'm in the process of buying seeds and doing that. So do you have any kind of tutorials, or are you coming out with any kind of tutorials or classes where we can kind of like tune in and pay for that subscription?
Yeah, you know what? Some people done tapped me on the shoulder more than a couple times about it. I'm one of them folk, man. I'm nature boy, man. I'm El Nazareno, man. I ain't savvy with the technology, man. It took me an hour to get this Zoom call in. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Who knows what the future holds, man? If our team expands, or my son want to hold the camera and edit and do that, I might open it up. As of now, I don't do the online stuff right now. We like to meet in person, man. We anti I ain't gonna say anti-corona, man, but we anti segregation, man. We wanna commune, man. That's where the magic happens. Yeah,
Right.
we want to be in space.
Right. Which makes sense. So can you tell people, as far as like when do you have your workshops?
Yeah, as of now, our workshops should be out, what is it, the 26th, or maybe 3 weeks, April 15th is typically when we kick everything up. We have multiple workshops as it goes from I did a survival class. We might open that back up again, but we do garden basics, composting, animal husbandry, and by request, we do customize some kind of workshops because people might be interested in processing the animal and they don't know how to, and they want to include that. So we offer custom workshops as well. And a big one that I'm really excited about this year is the first time we ever did a 2-month workshop, 60 days from April 13th to June 15th. And it's $350. And I always tell people, man, if you want to win, you got to spend. You know what I mean? You can't think you're just gonna get on, you know what I mean, with your energy, man. Sometimes we need them coin, but $350 get you 2 months. We got buckets, food grade buckets we give to you. You get shears, you get entrenching tools, you get cultivators, you get fertilizer. We're walking you through the step-by-steps of how to start your seeds, how to do transplants, how to fertilize, you know, throughout the course of the year, and how to basically combat pests or mold or funguses. And the 60 days is, you know, an elongation. We meet once a week on Tuesdays, but it's an elongation that gives people, in my eyes, a more of an in-depth functional approach to gardening, to where they really can walk away after 2 months and say, nah, I know what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? I really know what I'm doing, versus, you know, sometimes we get workshops that are a weekend or a day, 3 hours, and I jam pack information. And unless you're really savvy, you're not really getting it. So this 2-month workshop, we got 4 slots available. So if you're in Metro Atlanta, please hit me up, Southside Nature in the DM, man, on Instagram, and we can lock you in. But I'm really excited about that one, man. So I think we're gonna change the game with that.
That's dope, man.
And not on no money. I'm talking about change the game the way it ain't funny.
Right, exactly, man. Hey, man, I definitely appreciate you spending your time and coming on this podcast to let people know what you got going on, man. It's such a blessing, man. I know you was out there wrestling with them goats, man. So
Yeah,
I
man.
don't want to take too much of your time, man, because I know it's rough out there, man. So
Yeah.
Once again, man, tell them how they can reach you once again, my brother.
Yeah, sealsfamilyfarm.com is where you can reach us for all the workshops. Instagram, Southside Nature. Garden Swapp again is on Apple Store, should be up on Google Play here shortly. And one more thing, man, I'm sipping on this good, you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know what my camera is. Elderberry, man.
Elderberry. Oh,
we got 100 elderberry trees on property. My wife makes this fortified. It's a COVID buster, man. But you know, it replenishes me after wrestling them goats about 2 hours though. Play strong right now.
Exactly, man. So, yeah, I know about that, and man, it's good for you too, man. It's very good for you, especially your immune system. And
Yes, sir.
yeah. So, anybody really want to reach out to him, man? Please reach out to him, especially if you want to up your game on your immune system, man. Especially with the whole COVID going on in a natural way. Reach out to Lawrence Nature Boy Seals.
Yeah, in the flesh.
Seals Family Farm, man. So we definitely appreciate it, man. So, hey, man, thank everybody for tuning in to the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host, King Guy, and other host, Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
Everybody eat, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Respect, huh? I appreciate the opportunity.
Man,
always,
man.
We all in that Sunday, baby.
Always.
Yeah.
Peace.
Brothers, man. And this how we live, man. That war boy life. Huh?
Lay back chillin', dog. Yeah, I'm tryna get it right. On up all my song.